Hello, everybody. I'm Savanya DeBarros, protector of athletes and the founding principal of the SL DeBarros Law Firm. Look, guys, today I've been thinking about this topic a lot, how the wrong mindset is leading to a six-figure business loss. I've been thinking about this so deeply because there are various types of clients who present to my office for a number of different things, but I'm recognizing that there is a split in between the individuals who are super successful in their business versus those who struggle a lot. And it has something to do with the mindset. So we are going to dive in on that today. We are definitely going to dive in on that mindset today. So look, if you are joining me, let me know where you are joining me from. If you are watching or catching this on the replay, then go ahead and put in the chat replay because I definitely want to make sure I see who's been able to come in and get the benefit of this content. So let me know where you are, where you coming from, and I totally forgot my water, y'all. So I hope I don't be like over here acting kind of crazy with the dry mouth situation. So look, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where you're coming from, and then also in terms of your business, what is the name of your business? What is the name of your business? Let me know what the name of your business is. Okay. So, listen, I want to say thank you for joining me on this live stream today. As I said before, my name is Savanya DeBarros, protector of athletes, and also the founding and principal attorney of the SL DeBarros Law Firm, where I represent and protect professional and retired athletes and six-figure plus business owners. What I do is I help them boost their bottom line, making that money by increasing their legal protection. And I do that in several ways through employment law, business law, sports, and entertainment. Okay. So today, what I'm going to share with you all is how the wrong mindset is leading to a six-figure business loss. How the wrong mindset is leading to a six-figure business loss. I said when I opened up this afternoon was that mindset is constantly a part of everything that we do. And there's a defining factor between my clients that go on to be super successful in their business versus those who really struggle. And it has a lot to do with the mindset. Right. Before I move forward, I do want to pause and invite you guys to a free online training that I'm hosting on September 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Like I said, keyword, it is free. I want to help you guys create and learn my 3 legal strategies to help you increase and shield your business profits. Look, we don't go into business for ourselves, building these beautiful brands only to have them taken or stolen from us, right? So I want to share with you my 3 legal strategies to help you not only increase your profit, your bottom line, but give you the tools that I use all the time in my business to shield your business profits. Okay. So just a little bit more about me. If you don't know, I've been featured and quoted in major publications like WGN9, CBS, ABC. I've even been quoted in Forbes. I've been published in the Authority Magazine, BuzzFeed, and I've appeared on a ton of podcasts, all right? Helping business owners and athletes, people just like you in their business, okay? One thing that a lot of people don't know is that I'm also a trial attorney. Yes, guys, I litigate. Okay, I got a little loud. I litigate cases. Litigating means that I just go into court and I argue cases in front of a judge and or a jury. And I've done both, okay? I've helped my clients to save thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in court, as well as recover thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars through trial judgments. Listen, you always hear people say, oh, I feel like I can go into court and get a judgment. You can always get a judgment, but the difference is, can you satisfy the judgment, right? Because you can get a ruling saying that, hey, you've won, but whether the opposing party can pay you or not is a completely different story. And those are 2 separate proceedings, but we're not going to dive into that. I just felt like it was necessary to make that clarification for you guys. So check this out. I'm also a speaker. And I've also taught lawyers, lawyers, other business owners like you. I've taught in multiple states around business and various legal branding issues to help individuals gain the same insights that I share with you guys on my platform. Okay. Now, look, one thing I feel like people probably don't know about me is that I've used some of the same strategies that I teach you in my own business and in my own personal life to protect my assets, to recoup the things that were owed and due to me. Okay, so I know this stuff works. I know it works. It's just a matter of you putting it into practice and shifting that mindset, like I said, to get yourself in a place where you can create a business that will serve you and serve your needs, not the other way around, right? We don't want to create a business where we constantly gotta babysit it. We want to create something that is spectacular. It tends to start to gain momentum by itself, right? Because we put all of the brackets in place that we need so that we can propel not only just the revenue of it, but the good name of our business. All right. So, like I said, I want to invite you guys so we can dive deeper into these issues around six-figure losses and how you can avoid them. Join me September 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join me September 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time because we're going to be diving into the 3 legal strategies to help you increase and shield your legal protection. All right. So if you're just joining me, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching this on the replay, then let me know that you're watching it on the replay. I see someone came in. Hey, Susie, nice to see you today. Nice to see you today. All right, guys. So look, here's something I want to share with you before we dive all the way into this deep content is, all right, we want to prepare our businesses to be ready for anything that may be coming at us. All right. 41% of business owners are threatened with a lawsuit. We're not even talking about those who end up being named in actual lawsuits. 43%. 43% are threatened with a lawsuit. Okay. The average cost, let's just talk about like a contract right now. The average cost of a breach of contract claim is around $91,000. Do you currently have $90,000 in your business savings account in the event you end up having to either prosecute or defend a claim? Prosecute mean that, hey, you're coming in and you're raising the claim, you're bringing the claim forth. Defending the suit means that you are the one that is a defendant. You've been named in a lawsuit as injuring someone in a monetary sense. And so then you would be considered the defendant. Okay. In civil cases, which is what I do in my practice, in civil matters, there are 2 different parties, right? There's a plaintiff and there's a defendant. There's some other parties who could come into play, but we're not gonna dive into that because that's not what this live is all about. But I want to give you some context, right? And so often business owners create beautiful brands, beautiful businesses, and they never really think about, whoa, what happens if I'm sued in my business? How much money would I need to have, right? How much money would I need to have? No one ever think that these things are going to happen, right? They don't think that these things are actually going to happen. And the sad thing about not thinking about that is that you don't prepare yourselves for when these issues do arrive, right? When they do come up, if you're even threatened with a lawsuit, threatened in terms of someone demanding money from you, you probably have no idea what you should be doing. But there are ways to get yourself in front of issues as such as being threatened with the lawsuit by your mindset, by changing your mindset around your legal support. We can always get in front of these issues by changing our mindset around legal support. Now, you may say, Savonya, that makes absolutely no sense. I don't know how in the world I'm going to get in front of issues of somebody wanting to sue me, okay, just by changing my mindset. Well, here's what I mean. Literally, the clients that I've had the privilege of serving and who I currently serve, right, they tend to fall each on one side or the other. Either they come in with a very strong mindset around what their legal protection is and can do for them, and others see it more so as an expense versus an opportunity. Okay. When you see or create legal or find legal support, and you see it as an opportunity, you know that it is coming as an investment. You are getting the information, the intellect, and the strategy you need to minimize the issues that could come up on the back end. Versus the clients who see legal support as an expense, they go in, they jump in with all the other pretty stuff, right? Where they feel like they can immediately grab a hold of something, they can touch it, it's tangible for them. And they put legal on the back burner. Okay. What ends up happening, and I've also had clients who've come back to me after something has happened. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny, right? They come back because now the implication of not properly investing into legal support has a real immediate tangible outcome, and often it's the money. People are hitting you at your pockets. Okay, they are hitting you at your pockets. So I want to share some examples with you guys, um, two examples to be exact, of clients, one who saw legal as an opportunity, one who saw legal as an expense. Okay. And the one who saw it as an expense delayed until something catastrophic happened. Now I'm going to speak on these issues in the context of intellectual property, as well as contract and premises liability issues, and I'll break those down for you guys. Okay, so let's talk about first the client who saw legal as an expense and how it costs them. And I'll be diving into these issues a lot deeper on September 22nd. So if you want to go ahead and grab your seat before they are taken up, we do have a very limited role. Make sure you go over to sldebros.com/free training. I did put the link in the status of this live today, as well as in the comments. So make sure you click the link in the comments or on this description of this live, so you can go ahead and reserve your space. Okay. So let's talk about the client who saw legal as an expense. And this has a lot to do with our mindset, guys, right? Let me just stop for a moment and recognize the fact that as an African American woman from an African American community, we generally have had encounters with the law that have not been great. Okay. Or we know people who have had interactions or encounters with the law that have not been amazing. Honestly, we see people get shot down, right? Their property is seized for no reason at all. I mean, literally targeted and profiled in so many different ways. And I do believe that it has caused the Black community and the Latino community to, when they hear anything dealing with lawyers, right, or court or the law, we just kind of shut off, because now our mindset is engulfed by all of these traumatic responses to law. But we have to get ourselves into a place where we understand that the law is also there to serve us. And when we understand the rules of the game, then you are better apt to play it, right? You'll be put in the driver's seat to know how you can use the law as a tool to move the things that you want to happen in your life and your business. You can propel those forward. All right. So we got to do that shift right there, because I get it. You know, I understand that completely. But when we don't do the right mindset shifting in the work around these issues, it puts in a position to where we are on track to be losing six figures. Okay. Now, here's my example with this one client. They saw having counsel as an expense, and the biggest objection was, well, I just can't afford this. I can't afford this right now. Right. but then years later ended up being named in a lawsuit where they weren't even the bad actors, meaning they weren't the person who caused the harm. And if I'm being real with you, the only thing that this client had to do was go and make sure that other people who were coming to that business location was on agreements, that they were in contracts so that they could pay her, right, for anything that took place on those premises where she would not have been the individual to cause harm. What ended up happening is my client was sued in a case that was worth over six figures. But because she came back and she hired me, I was able to help her save six figures. Okay. She only had to pay like literally pennies on the dollar to just get out and wipe this case out. All right. So that's an example of seeing legal as an expense. You end up getting caught into a situation where you're going to have to pay way more than that on the back end. And if I'm being real, like she still had to pay me. She still paid me more on the back end than she would have had she come earlier so that we can put these measures in place. Okay. Now, here's an example of a client who saw legal as an opportunity. The question wasn't about how much is it going to be. It was, what can you do to give me the insight I need to know whether I need to move forward with this deal. And this involves a deal with a Fortune 100 company. The issue at hand was that this big company, right, who grosses over $1 million, probably over $1 billion every year, wanted to take my client's IP. They basically wanted to pay my client pennies on a dollar for this and have them give them everything that she was going to cover in this agreement, right? She wouldn't have had any more rights to the IP. IP is intellectual property. Okay. What we tend to do, especially as new business owners or the first in our family to have a business, when a huge company approaches you and they're like, oh, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, we're like, oh, heck yeah. Oh, baby, I'm about to be paid, right? And we look at the money offering and then we say, oh, this is cool. But what you haven't realized is that the offer that's been presented to you is such a lowball offer. It doesn't even equate to the value of the intellectual property you've created. And if you don't take the time to hire counsel to review that information for you, to break down what that language is in that contract for you, you very well may inadvertently transfer your rights to that particular IP to a bigger company. And you know what happens with bigger companies? They have the team of lawyers, they have all the money in their pockets to fight you tooth and nail, that they can make you tired to the point that you give up your own case. Okay. This stuff happens in real life, guys. I'm telling you. But this client was so smart. This client understood the value of their IP. They understood that the value presented in the contract for them to perform for this Fortune 100 company just did not cut it. And not only did it not cut it, but they did not want to license the IP from the client. They wanted the client to just give it over. They wanted them to say, hey, you can forever use this particular program that I have, and I will no longer have any rights to it. Sometimes people just don't take the time to even read the fine print. Okay. And so what happened was Fortune 100 company, they decided to go in a different direction. Let me tell you why that's a win. That's a win when you understand the value of counsel and you understand the value of what you bring to the table. I was speaking with a friend in law who was reviewing a contract for one of their clients. And we discussed kind of the issues around that particular deal and I guess, the mindset issues that other client was having. And one of the comments that they made was, well, I hope I can keep this contract because I don't want to just throw my money away. Right? When you hire counsel, and let me just say this, not even just counsel, but when you hire anyone who comes with the intellect that you lack to help you avoid making mistakes that can cost you six figures and more, right? It is an intangible thing, but it is an amazing investment because it saves you. It saves you one. The first example I shared with you about one of the clients who didn't invest the small portion that all they had to do was invest that in the front end to avoid these issues that ended up being a over a six-figure lawsuit, right? Still ended up, although I got them out of that, for way less than what the claims were worth, they still ended up paying me a heck of a lot more money had they gone ahead and engaged with counsel on the front end. All right. Then you have the other client who was smart enough to know, hold on, wait. I need to have an attorney look this over because I need to make sure I'm getting this right. Right. But then are okay with knowing that the right outcome occurred in this matter, because why would I sell myself short on the intellectual property I've created in the thing that I do best and the thing that no one else can do in this world but me? We have to stop undervaluing the things that we create, and we have to stop undervaluing the people, the experts, the support that we need who possess the intellect that we need to help us get to our next level. Right? Often, let's just kind of go away from these two examples for a second, but even still seeing it in an intellectual property space. If you go and you're trying to get into business with someone and you've created all of these amazing tools and pamphlets and whatnot, and someone comes into your business as your partner, most people are blazing through this. They never take the time to stop and recognize what is the value of the IP I've already created, right? If someone's going to help me create something else, do they even have a vested interest in this? And if they do, what are we collectively going to value this and determine what will be a buyout or buy sale or transfer of certain rights in this if someone decided that they wanted to leave? We have to stop leaving this money on the table, y'all, and we have to stop coming to the table with the mindset that either legal is too expensive, or I don't have the time now, or I gotta get this money. Right? We got to stop doing things from a level of desperation and where it cost us six figures, right? Where it cost us six figures. Now, the client who came to me with the proper mindset was able to shield their IP that is definitely valued over six figures, because this person has already utilized the same IP that another Fortune 100 company wanted to take from them, have already used that and have been generating high five figures per each session that they do on this particular IP. Okay. So we have to protect it. We have to protect it. When you create something, even your business as a whole, when you create something in that business, are you creating it just so that it can crash and burn because you couldn't get in the right mindset that was necessary to help you put your certain brackets of measures in place so that you can continue scaling your business without these huge liability issues hitting you? Do you know what I'm saying? And guys, these are not things that I haven't had to do myself. Right? I've had extreme mindset shifts as a business owner and even as an attorney, because the last thing I would want to do is to have such a limiting mindset where I stop my clients from growing and scaling. Okay? So we have to make sure we are in the right mindset when we are creating assets in our business, when we are creating business, period, and when we're doing business. Take the time to stop. I've heard people say, slow down and speed up, right? Slow down and speed up. Someone wants to come and joint venture or partner with you, slow down for a moment. Figure out all of the pieces of the relationship before you dive in too fast and too deeply. And now someone's hurt or someone's raising a claim that, hey, you owe me something. And in the sense of this other client, if a big company reaches out to you, it just shows you that you are on to something good and amazing. Make them pay for it. Don't just go and sign something, sign it all away. Make them pay for it, right? It's the one thing that you do and you do well. There's no reason why you can't go and get counsel to help you understand those contract provisions and help you negotiate so that you can protect the IP that you've created. And look, sometimes even when a deal doesn't work out, that's a win-win. That is a win-win. But when we don't get ourselves in the right mindset, guys, we are definitely on track to losing over six figures. Now, these are just two examples of how one client saved their IP that is definitely valued over six figures, and how one was hit with a six-figure plus lawsuit because they just didn't have the mindset to invest early into their legal support. So I don't want that to be you. I want to share my 3 legal strategies of how you can not only just increase your business profits, but how you can shield them. So I really, really, really want you to join me September 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bring all of your questions because we are going to dive deep, guys. We're going to dive deep because I'm first off, I'm just tired of seeing my amazing business owners and entrepreneurs get hit with crazy lawsuits or people demanding hundreds of thousands of dollars when there are simple things that you could do from the outset to protect yourself and shield your business profits. We shouldn't just be giving money away just because, right? That's not what we're in business to do. If you're going to give money away, honey, send it over here. Do you get what I'm saying? All right, guys. So definitely hit me up. You can go to sldebrowse.com/free training. Go ahead now and reserve your space. Hello, Sue. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much. Go ahead to sldebrowse.com/free training. Get your seat now while space is still available. I do reckon that this will sell out pretty fast because it is free. And like I said, we are going to be discussing 3 legal strategies to help you increase and shield your business profits. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, I am more than happy to take them. If you have a question, you can post it in the comment section. If you're watching live, you can still post your question. And what I'll do is when I see those questions come across, I'll go back and submit an answer to it. But I definitely want you guys to come September 22nd for this free online training. I'm going to put the link in the comment section again. But we want to avoid having the wrong mindset that will cost us 6 figures. All right. And like I said, these are just 2 examples. I've supported clients in various states because, right, the issue around, oh, well, this costs too much, or I don't have the time, or this is something that's not really physical, it's not a tangible object, so I don't really know how it's going to support me. We got to get out of that, y'all. We got to get out of that because if someone has the tool that you need to help you be successful, you need to make sure that it is in your arsenal so your business can operate at tip-top shape. Okay? It's easier, it's better to be able to invest 6 figures in your business versus knowing that it is just a loss. It's a wash. You can't do anything with it, right? It's just gone. That's a completely different issue. We all wish that we could invest 6 figures in our business, but what if you had a judgment hanging over your head for over 6 figures? That's what we're trying to avoid. So join me September 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get your seats right now at sldebrowse.com /free training. Jerome, thank you so much for that compliment. And until next time, guys, I will holla at you later. Ciao.